Hi, welcome to the Andrew Buckle video tutorial on Photoshop and gradients, gradient styles. Now I'm using 221, much the same in 220, etc. However, big difference, gradient panel over here. So you haven't got that in earlier versions. So I'm going to run through the styles. So let's just start at the beginning. That's always the best way, isn't it? So just go over here, got this gradient. I'm going to use this all the way through. It's blue to pinkish purple, and what you got is linear. I'm just going to go from here, so just apply it across, and that's the linear, and you can set them all from here. Of course, you can use styles slightly different in other locations. I'm going to go through those as well, but I'm just going to go through these ones first. So you've got linear there, so you've got the blue all the way over to this pink here. So blue and pink, and of course you can do it the other way. And then all you've got is origin and length. And you can do it at any angle. So you can start at any point and just drag out like that. And you've got the blue to the pink there. And again, blue to pink. You can also make it very, very thin. You do very, very thin. So you can just see it crunched in like that. But you can also extend out. You can go from out of the document, out to the edge there. And you've got the blue and you've got the pink, obviously nicely blended in with the blue far outside and the pink far outside that way. What you can also do, you can hold down the shift, so you can always sort of have it vertical, so you've got blue at the top going away like that, or of course across like that. What you can also do is you've got radial. Radial is another option, so here's radial, and I'm using obviously normal, so you can, if you change the blending modes, you can combine them in different ways as well, so you don't just have to use just that basic gradient there. So here's the radial one, and all it doesn't matter. The angle can be any angle, it's a circle. So it just creates a very quick circle. What you can also do is you can see there where I've gone out, I've got the blue and I've got all this pink going further out. What you can do, you can also click on here and you can add some transparency. And I'm just going to add some transparency here, just a very, very quick, put that down to do 0%. So you've got transparency, so it doesn't go extend beyond the, so just going to quickly create this design like that. So you can make it just a nice, like a globe or sphere design, very quick and easy. What you can also do, because of that, you can go to a layer and you can go to new layer and click OK, and you can create your design there. And I'm just going to create just a very basic circle like that. Well, what you can do, you can convert it into a smart object. So layer and smart objects and convert to smart object. So there it's a smart object, you can see it over here. Layer and smart objects and convert to smart object. Now as a smart object, you can compress it, hold down the shift as you're dragging it there, and you can create a nice elliptical design. Now this is not ideal. I mean, it would be nice if Photoshop had an elliptical feature, but this is a way of creating a very basic elliptical design. What you can also do is, of course, you can, with layers, you can create maybe a repeat design. And also you can also create repeat designs simply by going to the gradient tool. And now application, there was a lovely application, the plugin KPT did a wonderful one where you had gradients and it was brilliant. You had a whole range of different, you could vary things. I would love to see those sort of features incorporated into here. You could have repeats, and that's a useful thing. So what you can do, just going to remove that one now and set that. You can simply, to get repeats of those designs, simply go there, blue, pink, and then blue again, then pink, pink again, blue, and you can see I'm just creating multiple columns in here, pink, blue, and alternating between two. Now I'm not going to do all that, but you can see what happens. You then can create a design, and you've got rings created like that. Again, that would be a lovely feature if you could have repeats, copies of that same design, repeat all the way through. Quite a lot of applications do have that feature. So it would be nice to see Photoshop introduce that. Next one, angle. So you've got angle there. Now angle, you can simply apply it like that, and you can see what happens there. You've got, now of course I've gone and changed it, so let's just click there again, so you can see it's back to the default one. And you've got this lovely line, a very sharp line. So it goes from blue all the way around to pink. So blue all the way around, mix in all the way around to the pink stop there. Now, if you want this to be a perfect design, what you can do, simply just drag that there, go to this blue over here and select, put blue there. Both sides have got blue, Now what you can do, apply it again, and you can see it's nice smooth. It goes all the way around and there's no sort of cut. But I quite like that cutting design. In many ways it's quite useful for creating some very jarring designs. So it's not something to be completely removed. What you've got here, also you've got the reflected or mirror effect. What you can do, you can simply just drag that across, and what happens, you've got the blue, you've got the pink, and then you've got the blue on that side. Of course, that's what I've created with that. Now if I remove that and now create it, you can see what happens. I'm just going to quickly create it across. It doesn't seem to do anything. It doesn't do anything at all. You're thinking, well, that's great. I've just drawn it across. I've got the blue, I've got the pink. Well, what you can do with that gradient, select that, simply go halfway. Go about halfway. You can judge it about halfway. It's about halfway. And then with that, again, still not particularly doing what you think it would do. But you've got there and there. So you can see it is actually doing in its own mind. Personally, I think it should be the other way around. But you can see you can create some interesting, just simple laser sort of beam things down there with that colour there. Ooh, just suddenly lost that by accident. My apologies. So you can see the blue and you've got the pink on both sides. And of course, if you change, let's change the gradients. You can see it, maybe this one. So you've got that design, and again, do that. And you've got this blue repeated on that side, that pink there, all the way through to this pink there, and that's the end bit there. So it squeezes. Of course, you can always reverse, which is in a way that sort of way, like that. So you've got the blue there, is the narrow bit there. Personally, that's the way I see it's more logical to be that way around than the other one. So you've got pink on the outside going out. Right, going to turn the reverse off. And now what you've also got, you've got this one, which is a double one. This is quite a useful one. This you've got here, you can do, it's creates a diamond design. Hold down the shift and 90 degrees or 0 degrees, you've got this lovely diamond design. And again, this one you can see now, you've got the blue there, you've got blue all the way around there, and you've got the pink in the centre there. So you've got the pink there. But also what you can do, 45 degrees, just do it 45 degrees, and you can create a nice little square gradient. And again, you can always do it very thin, like that, and you can create very tiny design. Now, if you want, of course, you can quickly add in some transparency again. So simply go over here, just move that slightly, go click there, set that to 0, so you get some transparency at this far end. That's the key thing. And then what you can do, you can add these, and you can get sort of fill the design with squares, very quick and easy with that gradient. And you've still got the lovely blue there around the edge, and you can create some designs like that. So that's a run through of the styles there, the gradient styles there. But there are a few other places in the thing, and I'm just going to quickly go through some of those. If you're using a shape, you can also add a layer style to it, and that's got a gradient style that's not available in the gradients that I've been using so far. So what you can do, just quickly create a shape to make certain it's a shape over here, and what you can do, then go to a layer and layer style, and just go down to stroke. With stroke, you can go down here, and you've got the settings. Most of the time, obviously, it's just colour. Just make certain you change the size there so you can actually see the stroke. Go to gradient, and then go, obviously, select a gradient. I'm just going to go with a very basic gradient like that. Once you've done that, you've got shape burst. Down the bottom, you've got the usual linear, radial, reflected, etc. And you've got shape burst, which is round there. It'd be nice, actually, if there was another one, which would be like as if it could work out so it runs the gradient all the way around the edge. That would be quite a nice one. However, you've got this shape burst, which is, obviously, you can see there with the black. Obviously, the black is there, and it goes out to the white. And let's just change the gradient. You can just select one of these other gradients. So let's just go down legacy gradients. Let's just go down a few ones, colour harmonies. So you can see there, you got the blue, and you got the, that doesn't help because that's a really bad choice, that one, so you can't actually see. And again, you've got the green. The green is that one there. So you can see the green is the closest to the shape itself. And again, you can do exactly the same as before. You can always do reverse. So you can put the green and the green obviously there. As soon as you do it, you can see it just, all it does is reverses it there. So you can see you can create a nice sort of border design around any shape. And you can use this with any shape. So it's a circle design, pen design you created. You can create a lovely stroke design, and you can use this shape burst feature. Now you can also combine it. So you've got this design. What you can do, you can always turn this into a smart object. So layer and go down to smart objects, convert to smart object. As a smart object, what you can do, you can go to layer and you can go to layer style, and again go to stroke, and you go down here. I'm just going to go for outside, and you can see then you can just create additional, so you can get like a repeat design. However, it's not ideal because it's sort of, you can see it's a bit rough around the edges, I have to say. So click OK. So that's a run through of the Photoshop gradient styles. Hope you found this tutorial of interest. Always adding new tutorials all the time about Photoshop, Illustrator, Affinity Photo, and many other applications. If you've got any questions, anything that I did wrong, did right, please let me know in the comments. Always appreciated. A dislike or like. Either way, thank you much.